Hi, this is Caroline. Thanks for coming by. And today I'm trimming up the rose bushes on the trellis. There have been a lot of dead for the last 2 or 3 years actually. So now I'm happy with that because the small little ones are coming up on the bottom and the light will hit them and the airflow will be better for the rose bush. But I trimmed it up pretty good there. A few roses are still left, especially up on the top there. A whole cart full. Now I just walked down through the path and I wanted to slow down here to show you my Rose of Sharon. It's all in bloom. And there's still a lot of blossoms to yet come. Nice purple. Now I'm going to show you where I dump my weeds and things. And it's just beyond the property. Just throw it over. Sometimes we throw it over to the left here. But now this time we're going to go through the gate. I have made a little gate. Oh, and look, isn't that cute? The tire. And the tree is growing inside the tire. Have you made a gate and you just lift it up and pick it up and put it over to the side. But we have nice, I like this area. I like coming in here. We have the nice wood lined up and the beautiful trees all trimmed up. That's the same tree that the two in the Imagine circle. So I just dump it there. It's good to have the wagon instead of a wheelbarrow because it's easy on my arms. But I like the dappled light in here, and it's almost like a spot to go camping with the wood and the woods. Some of these pieces of wood is very interesting, so I stood it up so you can see it. I like the way it cut. And there's the gate. Sorry, I'm trying to pull the wagon and, with one hand and hold the camera with one hand. So you just pick up the gate and you lift it up over the little piece of wood. We have to put the fence there and all this to keep deer out. We couldn't leave it open. The deer would just walk right into the yard as they do. And now if they really want to come in, they just jump over the whole fence. They just jump over it. But we have chicken wire running down the bottom. The gate so the little rabbits can't run through too. And actually we have chicken wire all around all the cedar rails, all around the whole property. One more look at that beautiful tree. And back here, so quiet. Now back here now, this is where I'm going to put my new bed for my new girl. I bought the little girl with the chickens, and I'm going to make this whole area a bed, a flower bed. And the rose that's right behind her that I put here, it will go to the other side of the tree. Now I'm going out front and cutting all the hostas, all the stems from the hostas. You should cut the stems of the hostas. Now I cut them down just a little bit below the leaf so you can't see the stem that keeps on going right to the ground. But you can't see it sticking up above the hosta. So it's like just below the leaves. And it's good to cut them off because the little insects will go in and go right down and, eat the plant. And in the fall, when all these leaves die down right to the ground, you come and you cut off the stems still standing up, and you should cut them right off right to the ground, or pull them out. They might be dead enough, you just pull it out. Now I have green with white hostas, I don't know the name, here in the front, and here's a green one. Now that just pops up. Sometimes it just pops up, and now the other hue tree is growing so big you can't see the other white and green here. So I'm going to be removing this green one and put it back to that new bed, along with that little green and white one, back to the new bed. The hostas will go underneath the tree back there. They like shade. Here's a morning glory flower growing up on the stem of the hosta. And I'm just on the other side in the front, cutting back the spireas. They don't mind that at all. This is the dried of the flowers. And then if I just leave it there, usually leave it there, keeps the snow up. And I'll put my Christmas lights. And in the spring, I'll come and cut all those dead head flowers off. Here's the hostas on the north side of the house. Now these are mixed up. So, like one hosta is green, the other one's white and green, and the other one is green and white. But I don't mind the mixture here on the side. And as you're walking in to the backyard, it kind of slows you down because they're not all the same. So you stop and see that they're not the same. While in the front, I just want that one plain look going across. And this little hosta still has its flowers and blooms, so I'm leaving it. It was later blooming, not the same kind of hosta. There's poppies and those blue wallflowers and the yellow ones. There, it's all cleaned up. Cartload again. Oh, and I gotta cut this hosta too. And everything gets watered. And everything. Down by the bike and all those flowers, everything got watered. Now I'm back behind the deck. I have a hostas here. It's all in shade of the big trees that's there. And they go way down right to the other side of the deck. That is Queen Anne's lace and the globe thistles. They're in bloom now. And there's a hosta there. I'm just trimming out those stems. Here's my cutters. I just close them up like this, and I stick them in the handle. There's a hole in the handle. Oh, George. Okay, and I just stick them in the handle. Then I know where they are. Whenever I'm not using them, I know they're in the handle of my wagon. So here I'm going to the back again with my other load of the hosta stems. Quite the load, really, for hosta stems. And here's that area where I'll be putting those hostas of green and white and green that's underneath the bush in the front. My pretty girl. Little chicken. So yeah, the rose bush will just be planted here on the left hand side from that little bush. But it'll be in that bed. Oh, there's a robin. The poor robins. The ground is so dry, there's no worms. There's my handles, and I'm cutting this last hosta, and it's in the Imagine circle. Just gonna fix up these two. Two little moose swinging. So thanks for coming by. Bye.